Okay, so here is one of the side lights. Can't remember which one, doesn't really matter. So it's had its undercoat. What I've done is I've put the screws back in place, just far enough so they're not protruding on the outside, just so I don't lose them. They're with the window, they can't go anywhere now. These are stainless, so they won't corrode over time, because obviously that's going to be a weak point there, the rain. What I've also done, and what I like to do, is give the outside a bit of protection as well, and also the underside, both with sashes and with side lights, because this is where it's going to where it's going to rot. So protect the timber, which wasn't done before. If this was a lower sash window, not only would I top coat the underside here, but I'm also going to be top coating about halfway up the pane, kind of 6 inches minimum, generally halfway up the pane on the sides as well. I do the same for top sashes, but I don't go quite so far, because generally they're a little bit more protected at the top there, tend to get a lot less treatment. So they're basically ready to reinstall and glaze. What we then need is the glass itself. Really important step, which often gets overlooked, also by myself on occasions, I'll admit, in the past. I want to get this glass as clean as possible. I'm not so worried about fingerprints and stuff, because it will get a final clean once it's all been done. But what I'm looking to do is get off any of the paint, or in this case internal varnish, off the inside of the glass, residue from window putty on the outside of the glass, paint, anything like that, get them clean. But also on the edges, and these are the bits that really do get overlooked by a lot of people, and that is the edges of the glass. If you imagine paint is in here, over time the putty fails around the bottom, moisture gets in, algae grows, mold, and all sorts of horrible stuff, and that ends up not only rotting the timber, but also it will stick to the glass. So if I clean that off the glass, I'll get a better adhesion with the putty, and then obviously that will give it a longer lifespan as well. So you can see here, this green is the algae. I always use a cloth. These are old bed sheets. Imagine cleaning the edge of a bit of glass, it just slices it up. If you try and use paper, you end up with confetti, and you go through 22 times as much. So I'm using single bladed razor blade holder to scrape the glass. It doesn't scratch it, and it's got no temptation to damage it. If I can't get in with one of those, or I haven't got it with me, or you haven't got one, then you can use just an ordinary trapezoidal utility nut blade to do the same thing. What do I use to actually clean it with? I'm using methylated spirit, or for you guys in North America, that's denatured alcohol. If you're anywhere else, I don't know what it's called, but yeah, methylated spirit's denatured alcohol. Basically kills off all the algae, makes sure that's nice and clean, cleans off all the grub and grime and all the rest of it. Once that's done, I can set this aside. I'm going to give this a second undercoat. I won't show you doing that, but next time you see this, it will be in this same state, but ready for install. So, because these screws have to go in before the glass to secure it.